Hi there, Janet Fritz here for Galaxy Girl Creations. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to another day of 30 Days of Sketches, the best of. Today's sketch comes from Ashley Horton, and I'm going to use it to make another embellishment cluster. I am back with day 7. This is the sketch. I'm going to make an embellishment cluster that is somewhat kind of like that, but I'm going to use stars because I'm using some park pictures of Noah, and I have a really cool die from Bo Bunny that I want to use for it that I hope will work. So here's the sketch. It's got the circular element, which looks like some stitching. It's got the hearts with some phrase type stickers and the two photos. I don't know if I'll include the photos in the sketch or not, but I will include the rest. So the die that I have is basically a bunch of stars. So we're just going to start out like making a bunch of stars vertically. And I'm not being super particular on the placement, except for that they go vertically, because the die is the die. I can't change that, and I'm not going to try and duplicate it here. That would be silly. So, hello. There we go. I'm like, wow. It's Friday, and I'm really like, it's been a really long week. So, in case you're wondering, why is she so off the wall today? Like, so we're just gonna go, oh, look at this. I even drew these ones completely off of it. Anyway. And actually, I think on the die, some of them do hang off, so that's not too far of a stretch. It is a rectangle, as I mentioned, and so I'm going to do that, and then I will probably need an eraser because I will probably cut another large die to go right over the top of it, larger than what the die actually has in it, and then I'm going to do some phrase stickers off of it here, or something to that effect. It may not be. They may not be phrases. It could be some labels, could be something like that. So I'm taking the idea of those hearts going vertically and doing stars in multiple sizes. This has the phrase stickers. I'm just bunching mine up, and I might actually put a circle behind here. We will see, because there's a circle behind here. I can't do stitching still because my sewing machine is still not working, but you could do a circle die cut that has I have stitched circle dies, which could work if I have them in the right size, but that's what I'm thinking. So, and then I will probably use it over on this side. That makes sense? So, to go with that one. So this is day 7. So I started out with some mustard seed oxide ink. I'm going to ink up this paper, and then I'm going to go ahead and die cut it with that pink dye that's sitting there. That is the Bo Bunny dye that I mentioned before. I don't know the name of it, and I don't know if it's even available any longer because it is probably at least 5 years old, if not longer, or older, I mean. So I'm just taking one of the 4.5 by 6.5 inch sheets of cardstock that come from Hobby Lobby in they're intended for like matting your photos, and I'm inking that up with this yellow ink, and I'm going to go ahead and die cut it 3 times all the way across. I am saving the yellow stars that fall out of it to use elsewhere on the page, possibly, but I did die cut it 3 times because I know I'm going to be using it on a layout down the road, so I wanted to make sure I just went with the same color and had plenty of it available. So then I'm inking up this other piece in abandoned coral. I am thinking I'm going to be using red and yellow, or this abandoned coral and yellow. The photos that I know that I'm going to use are more park photos from the same park that we went to when I did the layout for Dennis the Menace Park. But the play structure in it is a different portion of the park, so the colors are slightly different. And so I wanted to go ahead and make sure that my embellishments kind of pull from that, from the photos. So I'm going to layer these up. This is the bigger star that I was talking about doing. I am inking it in the Sandcastle ink from Catherine Pooler, and I'm mostly doing that because I know
that these photos are in the same series of photos as, like I mentioned, the Dennis the Menace layout, and so I want to keep some things the same. I don't end up using that little circle die cut. That was one that I had pulled out that I made for the original layout for Dennis the Menace Park, but I'm not going to end up using it. So once I got the red star on there, I decided the yellow was a little bit too dark. So I went and I inked up this other piece of paper in scattered straw. So they look very similar on screen. They're not quite as similar when they are off screen. You can see there when they were both kind of near each other, the mustard seed is a little bit more orangey and darker. And so the scattered straw worked a little bit better. And if you recall, if you saw the Dennis the Menace Park video, I did change the yellow on that layout as well to be scattered straw versus the mustard seed. So that is what I'm thinking here. I'm just going to go ahead and change it. And I'm liking the way that this is looking already. Apparently I tap my fingers a lot when I'm thinking, so don't mind me. Just considering exactly what I want to do next. I am using this stitched circle dies again like I did on the other layout, so it's going to also bring in more continuity that way. And I opted not to pop any of the stars up onto any foam tape. I will be popping the little phrase stickers up onto foam tape, and I'm going to use those same pieces that of phrase stickers that you see off to the left hand side there, which is what I used on the other page. So it's going to draw that across because again, this is the same event or same day, just different photos, so they will be close to each other in the album. And so I want to kind of have something that kind of pulls you all the way through and has some continuity there. While I cut these and pop them up onto some foam, I'll remind you to go check out everyone else who is playing along. And all of the links, well, there is a link down below for a playlist if you are interested in checking that out. I am going to apologize in advance for the atrocious still shots because I did not take pictures of these before I had them on the new layout. And so I had to take a screenshot from the video, and they're terrible. So my apologies. You will get better close-ups when you see the finished layout that goes with this embellishment cluster. But that's what it looks like. You get the idea. My apologies again. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys again tomorrow. Bye-bye.